Whew, good and bad days. I'm telling you, the Mets won. That was good. It's always good when we beat the Yankees, even though the Yankees just really beat themselves. We didn't beat them. And got a few games to play with my nephew today. That was fun. Oh my goodness. Not as much as I wanted to though. Got a lot of cleaning done. Tree that fell down. We picked it up, moved it out, but and then I sawed another one and moved that one out. But then the bark from the old one had to be removed. Hello, Rob. The bark from the other one had to be removed. So I had a shovel. Ugh, it was forever. This thing was so brittle, the bark, but I had to remove it. So I got all the bark out of the front yard. There's a big tree and all in the driveway. Mowed, haven't mowed in a few weeks. Hey, Michael, did you play games this weekend, Michael? I played a few. Played a few. Not as many as I wanted to. My brother came and picked my nephew up mighty quick, 4 hours early than he usually does. So he got a few in last Friday. I am down to once a month now. Well, it was 3 weeks, 3 weeks since my last one. So 3 weeks. Maybe I can get one in every 3 weeks. I'm hoping Memorial Day I can do something. I'm trying to find someone. One of my old buddies may be in town, but I've been striking out everywhere for Memorial Day. Um, I'm going to take a few more chances tomorrow and see if I can find anyone who'd want to play since Memorial Day's next Monday. And I'll have the time off. I wanted to go to BGG Spring Con. You might get some games in tomorrow. Oh, nice. I want to go to BGG Spring Con, and last minute, my nephew said he was in, but my wife does not have Memorial Day off. She's working on Memorial Day. The doctor's office will be open for Memorial Day. So she can't do a weekend trip because I was hoping we'd just bring everyone there because there's some friends we wanted to see, but that didn't work out. So that's okay. Mission Impossible comes out this weekend. I'll probably watch that with my brother at some time. And yeah, man, just wish I could play more games. Wish I could play more games. But again, yard mode, looking good. Got there. It's a jungle in between me and my neighbor's house, and she she doesn't think that's her yard. It is literally. Now I said 8 feet. I think I've been telling everyone 8 feet. It may be 10. It may be 10 feet, but 10 feet away from her bedroom window, she says that's not hers. She said only 6 feet, or it's probably less, probably 5 feet is hers. And I was like, what? Not sure if we are free for Memorial Day. Ooh, Kelly, let me know. That's a done deal. That's a done deal. Are you out now, right, Kelly? Are you out now? Or is that this coming week you're out? I'm not sure what the quarter system does. Any movies you're not interested in seeing? A lot of movies I'm not interested in seeing. But the next weekend kicks off a 3 movie weekend for me. I will go see Mission Impossible. I will go see Karate Kid Legends, and I will go see um, Ballerina, John Wick. Still some classes next week. Okay, so it wraps up next week. Gotcha. Yeah. Let me know and text me. Let me know and text me. I don't think we're doing anything. No, my wife's working. So, oh, my wife's working. If you can do it, maybe I'll see if I can find a babysitter for Memorial Day. Let me check then. Let me check if I can get a babysitter then. I forgot. She's working, so that means I have the kids all by myself that day. Um, I want to. I want to play War of the Ring with Kelly lives next to me. I want to play War of the Ring with him. He has it. And he said, and I agree, you should play both sides. So play one at this side and one at this side. And I'd like to do that. I'd like to do that. I love Lord of the Rings. I think that game looks beautiful. I also think the game is not good. But of course, it could be the gameplays because there's another game called Il Lorenzo Magnifico that for years I'd look at and go, this game looks like it sucks. And my buddy kept going, Matt, it's a really good game. I think you'd love this game. I said, it looks like it sucks. Well, it was on sale and I got it, like the big box or whatever, 40, and I got it because I had the Amazon points, I think. And it's a great game. It's a great game. So some games I just have to play. And I mean, just because that game looks so beautiful. I love Lord of the Rings so much. I want to own that game, but would I ever play it? That's the question. Um, I did. I did finish and write because since I don't have board games now, what can I do with my time? But write a dinner theater. Everyone is super happy, super happy. Although the director I wanted is not available, and I don't know none of the directors. Even my backups not available, and I kind of don't want to work with anyone else. I want to work with a different director on this, and I can't direct it because I'm in it. But the vampire show we did was such a hit, one of the biggest hits that dinner theater troupe ever had, that they said, "Do you have any more?" And I do, but I just don't want to give it to them because I just think the director may have a different vision than me. So I was hoping to get one of my old friends to direct it, but he's having a baby around that time. So I don't know. I don't know. But at least I wrote it. At least I wrote it. It's done. It's probably happening this October. I like the cast. It was easier to write because I knew all the cast. I knew how we acted. There's only like one new cast member that I don't know. And the thing is, when we when we cast that person, I'm gonna have to talk to them, change their script a little bit around them. Hello, Jordan. Hello, Nazo. I'm about behind it. Would you, Matt? I consider you an expert when it comes to the EU. What was the point of Yoda giving Anakin a Padawan? I never understood. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. Red Five. It doesn't make, and he's the only one, right, in the Clone Wars that was given a Padawan. Supposedly, we're saying, oh yeah, we got to give Padawans to people now. No, it never happened anywhere else. It was just forced. That's the reason I hate Ahsoka. I hate Ahsoka. If Ahsoka was not his Padawan, and well, now even that, and she was like a character that came in every once in a while, I probably still wouldn't like her. But it doesn't make any sense, Red Five. I 1,000% agree with you. Splatter games. I used to like. Well, let me see. Bus and Horseless Carriage now. Also, War of the Ring is great. I hear about Bus. I don't know Horseless Carriage. Dealer's Choice, Kelly. I used to have, what was the game? Food Chain Magnet. And it was fun, but boy, did that all the cards and everything, it just was a table hog. It took forever to set up. It was a little hard, I mean, the catch up mechanism, the catch up expansion or whatever, that one kind of balanced it out because man, whoever controls advertising wins the game. And I found that out pretty quickly. Now the catch-up mechanism does help you out. My favorite game with that was someone had offered up they were opening up coffee shops in front of all the busy restaurants and making their money that way, which I thought was smart. And she almost won. It just took her a while to set up all the coffee shops. And then, of course, being able to sell noodles, if anyone's played this expansion, it kind of balanced out a little bit, but you still want advertising, right? So, you know, hello, Lethal Nonsense. Oh my. But I hear good things about Bus. Did I like the ending of season 6 of Cobra? Yes, Babs, I did. Did you like the ending? Yes, I did. I thought it was good. I can't wait to see Cobra Kai Legends. I'm going to go see that in theaters. That's around my birthday. So, yes, maybe for my birthday. You've been doing fabulous just researching Lucasfilm in the past comic books, novels, comics, and EU comics and other franchises, watching Babylon 5. Oh, Babylon 5 is good. Battlestar Galactica, the old or the new? I thought the new one, first season was excellent. The second season was good. The third season was okay. And the fourth season was garbage. And Star Trek, I love. I love the original series and everything up to the movie Nemesis. Can't remember what they call that. The Kelvin timeline? I can't remember. Anyone go to Star Wars Celebration? No, I didn't. Lethal Nonsense. Did you? The old doctor who's Stargate reading some Dune novels. Oh, okay. Stargate reading some Dune novels. Yeah, Dune's great. Oh, hey Tristan. Tristan, haven't seen you in a while, man. Tristan, I will be in Gulf Shores the first 2 weeks in August. That is near you. I can come to you from Gulf Shores. It's probably only an hour from where you're at. Are you still in Florida? Don't want to out him where he's from. But if you are, you're still where you're at, then that's only an hour away. I wouldn't mind stopping by and seeing you. I Jedi sucked. You're right. I hate that, but I'll be honest. We're in the minority. A lot of people love I Jedi. A lot of people say this. Brian Borg, good friend of mine, favorite book, I Jedi. Um, Ryan hates the Jedi Academy trilogy. Loves I Jedi. I can't stand I Jedi. Cannot stand it. I do think it's one of the worst books. Yeah, back in the day. Maybe I wish I would have attended one of those back in the day celebrations. Hello, Marcel. Well, Jordan, that's fine. Jordan liked I Jedi, and to be honest, Jordan, you're in the majority. Okay, I just like the way Kevin J. Anderson writes. I know a lot of people don't like that, and that's fine, but it's my favorite. But I think you can't like both I Jedi and the Jedi Academy trilogy, I think, because they're so different. Oh, you moved to Texas. Did you have my cell? Where in Texas are you? If you don't want to out yourself, it's a big city. Oh no, no, you're over West Texas, aren't you? Maybe you did tell me that. Maybe you did tell me that. You always enjoyed the Babylon 5 comics. Never read them. Miss Martin Muses and she's going to try to find, what was the spinoff? Goodness gracious. Uh, the spinoff. We're going to review that. And then the Book of Tales, the Tales of Babylon 5, direct to DVD movie or Tales, 3 different little mini movies. But we're going to review those. Hopefully, if she can find them. You're happy to be in the I Jedi hate minority. Thank you, Nazo. Yeah. Twin sons may be there. They usually attend celebration. You're right. You're right, Tristan. They do. And if so, I'll be honest, Tristan. If you meet Brian Borg, Dylan, who are there, what's her name? Amelia doesn't travel anymore, but Brian's excellent. Brian's excellent. He's just a fantastic guy. Fantastic guy. Even though he likes I Jedi. You like both I Jedi and the Jedi Academy trilogy. Wow. Okay, that's the first I've ever heard of that, Marcel. Thanks for letting me know. West Texas. I think I do. I think I know where you're at, then, Tristan. Never mind. You did tell me this. I forgot. I forgot. Do I recommend spending the money on omnibuses in order to obtain the EU comic books from Europe, chasing down the single copies? Whatever. I want to read the Clone Wars comic books, but they are a fortune. Oh man, I know, man. I don't know. I don't know. Whichever's cheaper. Like you can't get the digital anymore. Does Marvel do digital copies of it? I mean, even digital. Oh no, I just hate it. I hate that they're so expensive now. Whatever's cheaper. To be honest, whatever's cheaper. Yeah, Kevin G. Anderson never took I Jedi as an insult. I did. I did. I felt like, Michael Stackpole put his character in there, and his character resolved everything in Jedi Academy. Like, just say you were there and out of the way and doing your own thing, not taking control and saving the day. You almost kind of rewrote the Jedi Academy trilogy. That's what he almost did, and said, no, it was my character who did everything, and he's the best. Oh, he was so worried about finding his wife, they stayed at the Jedi Academy for 6 months so he could screw up Jedi Academy trilogy. I don't know. I don't buy it. Dave Filoni was at the Twin Sons panel. He must have been lost. You didn't like Andor? We're going to get Meg's on the next More Civilized Age next month. We're going to get Meg's thoughts on Andor. We're going to talk about Dave Filoni Clone Wars, Tartakovsky Clone Wars, kind of compare and contrast. And special guest, special guest, I Talk Studios, great baseball channel. He also likes to talk a little Star Wars. I've been in touch with him ever since he came on last time. Super happy to have him. Super happy to have him back on next month. It's going to be a lot of fun. That is what the topic for June is. I have the topics for July and August. Although August will be a special one because I will be beaching it during the August stream. So that's going to be a little special and a little crazy. I don't know how that's going to work because my dad's internet sucks to high heaven. Sucks to high heaven. So I may go somewhere for Wi-Fi. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. Oh my goodness. But anyway, it's going to be a fun one. You got a lot to say. You know what, Tristan? If you keep up with Danny, Danny, yeah, just get with him. Let's do a time. Let's do a old school. I'll host it. Old school Minox podcast. Tristan is from the old days. Yeah, I'll do it in a heartbeat. In a heartbeat. Let's do it. I Jedi has a lot of fan fiction, unbelievable moments in it, in my opinion. Yeah, reunion podcast. Yeah, I'd love it. I'd love it. You, Marcel, are you serious? You like Dawn of the Jedi? Wow. I mean, I'm glad. I just, wow. There's someone who likes Dawn of the Jedi. I always like it when there's someone who likes a book that no one else likes because it reminds me of myself. Yeah, yeah. It's really a great in-depth chapter by chapter thing. Yeah, it's just he goes really late, and I've got work in the morning, and so and I stayed for the whole thing because I want to talk about the ending. I love talking with Star Wars Marvel purists and all those people. It's been a lot of fun. I think I'm rotating off. I think they're going to get some more guests because I can't stay up that late. I wish I could, but I can't. But yeah, I love the conversation. Absolutely, have a great moment, a great time with it. Well, Mara Jade, Nazar, Mara Jade and like Corin are like best friends. Mara Jade's not friends with anyone, but yeah, but she likes Corin. It's just come on, get out of here. Hello, Everest. How are you? Everest Productions. Had him on the stream not too long ago. Good to see you again. Hello, Vex. You wouldn't include in your top 10. I'd hope not, Marcel. Well, you know who else? Star Wars Marvel purist likes Red Harvest. There's a lot. There's a little Red Harvest love out there. Dark Tide is fantastic. Please hit up Daniel. Let me know. Um, I don't know. Hit me up too if he's ready to go. If Daniel wants to do it, I will give you my times for next week. I will give you my times for next week if you want to do it. I think I'm mainly open. Otherwise, what's been new? Nothing. 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 Tristan needs to move here. I need more. I need friends. I'm too old to make new friends now. Dawn of the Jedi comic books could have been better. Yeah, Dawn of the Jedi comic books weren't that good. Knight Errant was terrible all the way through. Lost Tribe of the Sith is not. In the Spiral. Yeah, I forgot about Spiral. Jedi Sith comics could have been better. Yeah, all those comics should have been better. Yeah, Everest, the guy who made the Plagueis movie, and I told him, I said that takes weeks to do. That's so much hard work. You don't know how much goes into that. I know because I do. It's so funny because no one believes this, but I do video editing for work. It's one of my jobs, but I get paid to sit there for 4 hours. I don't have 4 hours to edit something. I wish I did. Every once in a while, I've done a nice video every once in a while, but I wish I had time to do more. I just don't. You have both Han Solo trilogies. You know what? Read Brian Daly's first because AC Crispin ties in Brian Daly's. Now, I think both of them are excellent. I don't like Sharp Point either. I think both of them are excellent. But for me, Brian Daly's better. But I will never argue with someone who loves AC Crispin better because AC Crispin is excellent too. It's two Han Solo trilogies that are done perfect in my opinion. Because Brian Daly writes the old school Han's shot first Han, which you love, and AC Crispin just ties in all of Han's backstory together so beautifully, and it creates a new love interest for Han that you wish he was with. You love her so much you forget about him and Leia. It's good. Oh, I like how you dropped that she had a girlfriend in there, Tristan. Thank you for that. Good. I'm happy. Your girlfriend can come on the podcast too for a little while if she wants. Red flag. It's funny. I have a dark closet for Alex. Yeah, yeah, just right over here. Yeah, both Brian Daly and AC Crispin Han Solo trilogy are great. At the very end, Michael says it seems rushed. Crispin's trilogy, really? I mean, they wrap it up. I'll be honest, they do wrap it up and move on, but I didn't feel that way. But I can see what you mean there. They do wrap it up quick. She said she would feel like an amateur. Is she watching now? Tristan's girlfriend. Tristan is an amateur. So you have nothing to worry about. Daniel's an amateur. It ain't nothing for professionals, that's for sure. You should get on. You should get on and you should tell us what your pet name for Tristan is. Please let it be something like Sweetie Cakes or something. I'd love that. And also Tristan's girlfriend, can I call him that? That's the other question I have. And you can grab Tristan's phone and text me what it is if you don't want to type it in here. You have AC Crispin, Roger McBride. Oh, Roger McBride Allen. The Carillion trilogy is great. Carillion trilogy is great. It's a great trilogy in Bantam's era. Um, I don't want to give a spoiler away, but I can't say it. It does something for the very first time that Del Rey did all the time, but it kind of broke. It broke a little bit of the mold that trilogy did at the end. It shocked me. It shocked me. Um, the Force I never played the video game. Well, that's a lie. I did play the first video game, but not the second one. And I didn't play it all the way through. But the Force Unleashed novels, that's fine. I'd read those all the time. Yeah. I get it. Get it. Korean trilogy, Han trilogy. Yeah. Oh, you're welcome. Thanks for the videos, says WTH. Did you get to see Karate Kid Legend? It hasn't come out yet. I think it comes out in 2 weeks, but I will go see it. Oh, that's a deal, Tristan. Tell her that's a deal. A teacher more about Star Wars. She may let me borrow the pet name. Done. Done. I mean, I like her already. The only thing, I probably would say she needs improvement on is her taste in guys. That's the only thing. Other than that, I bet she's wonderful. Just her taste in guys. Probably not the best. But other than that, I bet she's a fantastic person. I'm really happy. Really happy for you. George did do his sequels. How would they have affected the novels he would have considered? I think he would have included them or moved them far away and talked about the lineage of Han Solo, and he would have danced around it. I don't think he was going to mess it up. I don't think he was going to go any further, to be honest. I know he says he was, but it was Disney who said, "Hey, write up some sequels." And he said, "Sure." Disney had him write up sequels. He was done with Star Wars. Now, George always changes his mind, but we'll just never know. Well, and Tristan does like the Republic Commando series. That's one of his favorites. And Tristan is not alone. I've heard a lot of people say that's their number one or number three. It's up there. It's up there in a lot of people's top five. When I back before they bought Disney, people would always tell me the Republic Commando series is some of their favorites. So I mean, in a way, Tristan, you're not. You're in good company. I think a lot of people would agree with you. I just didn't like Karen Travis, right? I didn't like those books either, but I was the tally fan back in the day, is what she called us, who would just piss all over her writing. That's so weird that we would talk to her in the chat or in those chat rooms or whatnot. The Black Fleet Crisis is good. I like them both. I like the Black Fleet Crisis better because I like Lando's storyline, which is just it's the B storyline, but it's the best one. It's so good. I mean, it's so humorous with him and Lobot. Oh, you don't like Black Fleet Crisis, Tristan? Oh my goodness, the Lando Lobot story is just excellent. Michael, I agree 100% with that. That Lucas may have changed his mind just depending on what day. I'll be honest though, Bob Iger. Have you read Bob Iger's book? Bob Iger worked on George, and it made it the Brown Derby, I think, at Disney World. And George said, "Think about selling Star Wars." And he goes, and it was because Bob Iger was so nice and gave young Indiana Jones. Bob Iger used to run ABC, and he gave Indiana Jones a second season, even though the first season was abysmal. And so George goes, I always, I never forgot about what you did for me. And he'd been talking with George ever since, and slowly open it up, say, hey, we'd love to work more. We'd love to do something with Star Wars. We'd love to get. And then when George said he was thinking about selling it, Bob knew he had him. So Bob must be an incredibly nice guy that's trusting, and because he's the one that wheeled and dealed lots of deals for him back in the. You love or hate Bob Iger, but he's a wheeler and a dealer. It's funny, Marcel. What has been the most successful suggestion I've had for getting other people in the EU? Here's the thing: if they say, "Boy, nowadays, boy," if they like Star Wars, I say, "Oh, if you love Star Wars," back before Disney, I say you need to read the books; they're really good. And then I start them with Heir to the Empire because that's what I liked. Now it would be okay. Yeah, you don't like the story as much. No, no, no. I said, well, the books tell a different story, and I kind of tell them what the storyline, the overall storyline. I said, actually, Han and Leia get married. They have kids. They stay married the whole time. Luke gets married. He starts in a kid academy. They fight bad guys and villains and Jedi and stuff like that. But it just seems more true to the arc and Return of the Jedi. And they go, really? And then, yeah, where do I start? But when I hear people not as um, thrilled about the new canon, I'll say that. Whoa, I'm falling behind here. Neil Spar, I thought NASA arc was really good. With Leia, I thought that was good too. I really enjoyed it. Han's storyline may have been the weakest, but I don't know. Yeah, Bantam is hit or miss for Tristan. That's true. Well, Crystal Star isn't just a page turner. I know. L. Neil Smith is really good. His Lando trilogy made me a Lando fan, and I know I've said this before. I've talked to his family a couple of times. I've had his daughter on here, um, and my goodness, we have had some fun times. After we're done, her mom sits in the back behind the camera, and then when we're off, the mom sits in front of the camera, and we just sit there and talk. And I love that family. I love that family, and I totally wish I would have gotten to know them sooner. Because L. Neil Smith, he passed away, and I never thought about reaching out to him. I didn't think he would, but not only would I think we would have hit off, but his wife's like, man, y'all would have been just, he would have loved you and everything like that. And I was thinking, man, I love L. Neil Smith. So, but his family is super nice, and his wife and I, Joe, we agree on a lot of other things in life. And I joked with her. I let a joke fly right off the bat, and she held her head down, and she's griping about something, but I won't say what all we talked about. But it was a lot of fun, and just they're just so much fun. I absolutely love them. They live up in Colorado, and if I ever went by there, she even told me where they were, and she went, "You are always welcome in this home." She just, it's like, yes. And if I was a single guy, I'd hit a road trip, man. I'd go, because they're just she just reminds me a lot about my mom too. Always open, always kind, always nice, very sweet lady. She will not get on camera. My mom would never get on camera either. But once it's over, she'll come in front of the camera and say how I'm doing and talk to me and everything. And I just absolutely love it. I absolutely love it. Uh, but yeah, his L. Neil Smith's Lando Calrissian trilogy made me a Lando fan, and that trilogy is still good today. It's still good. It's better than I remembered. Better. Such a great trilogy. And he did write it in what, 2 weeks, 3 weeks? That's insane. I should have bought it off George. Yeah, I was just short on cash that day. Darth Plagueis is, if they like the prequels, Marcel, I will tell them Darth Plagueis is a great novel to start off with. Yeah, we had Jordan, Marcel, what's his name, Revinkist on YouTube, and we did a series. And I may start releasing these because they were for the website back in the day, but we did something called Missed Opportunities, stories we would have liked to have seen. And I need to get. Oh no, I'm supposed to be looking at something with Marcel. Hold on. Hold on. I need to. Yeah, I thought so. Hold on. I need to check something real quick. Oh, okay. That's tomorrow. Oops. Messed something up. Marcel and I have been. He's been following hockey with me, and I didn't check the hockey scores. Do I plan on reviewing the German Ewok magazine comic books, newly translated Plaza Javan books? Um, German Ewok magazine. I read them when they came out, and they were fine. I don't think there's much to do a review on there, but they were fine. I like the cartoon Ewok stories, so yeah, I was happy to see them for sure. Are you writing more stuff with the Ewoks or EU characters these last months? No, I haven't. I haven't. Where is it? It's right here. Here it is. I have it. Return to Endor. Matt Wilkins, circa 1999. Look at this. That's a pretty good novella, right? I should rewrite it. I should rewrite it. That would be fun. I think I could do a much better job. I definitely have more information than I did before. It's just taking the time, right? And maybe so. It doesn't pay. Dinner theater scripts pay, uh, but and I could make a. They offered me a season. They wanted to talk to me about a seat writing a whole season. That's gonna. I could do it. What I have three and there's four in a season, so I'd have to write one more. I could do it, but they have to pay me a little bit more. That's a lot of writing. So, but if my second one goes bananas and sells out, then, but that's why they already want me to write one. So that one pays. That actually, writing dinner theater scripts had me buy. That's how I bought all of my West End games and all my West End games, all my fantasy. No, some Fantasy Flight. Not no. It was Wizards of the Coast and West End games. Yes, in Fantasy Flight. That's true. That helped me buy all of them because I kept writing dinner theaters and selling them and making tons of money off of that. And I was about to sign a year long a contract to write an entire season. That's why I started writing so many at the end. And then I was doing one. The contract was one a season. I'd write one, but then they were having so much trouble finding good scripts, and everyone loved mine because, big surprise, mine are family friendly. I want kids to be there. I want families to have a good night out, so you got to keep it generally clean. Um, but because I think on the last one there was a little girl there, and I had such a, I love seeing, and there's a lot of families out there, so I want to see that. And used to be there'd be families when they saw my name on it, so you can still be funny and have families in there. So it's always a big entertainer one. Then you get the followers, right? The people that really appreciate you, even if I'm acting in it or directing it. I was doing one or the other too. So, but that's how I paid for all the West End game stuff and all of my Wizard of the Coast and all of my Fantasy Flight RPGs. That's how I paid for everything. I take the paycheck. Yep, and just spend it on EU stuff. It was great, great days back in the day. Hell Waru, indeed. Yes. Yeah, he can't. Tristan, he's right. He can't say anything about George. Can't say anything about um, the new Star Wars NDA. There, yeah. Oh, joking. Crystal Star's a nightmare. Uh, so if Disney did use his treatments, he wouldn't have regretted selling Star Wars. Then, I think he would have. I don't know. I don't know. He does regret selling it. That's for sure. Still, Breed says I was right. Disney canon is have issues with the live action series are overriding its own established comic books and novels. Now they're trying to hard retcon it. Now, what a mess! Yeah, what a mess immediately, right? It just, I just knew it was going to be too much, too fast. They promised now everything's canon. It is not. They've dropped that. They've dropped it like a hot rock. I mean, it was just all a lie. And then here's the thing: they outright refuse to bring out new legend stories. Why? Why? Because they hate that so many people still love it. That is it. They hate that so many people still love that story. They don't want you to like that story for whatever reason. But fans loved it, and they hate that they can't get those fans to watch their new crap. Yeah, both Han Solo trilogies and the Lando trilogy, Tristan, is very good. Never watched the sequel trilogy, so I would not know. Start, folks, at Truce of Bakura. That's another good starting spot because if you want to jump off the day after Return of the Jedi, yeah. Oh, Everest Productions did not like Shatterpoint. I didn't either. But a lot of people love Shatterpoint. Everest, you and I are, I think, in the minority. I mean, the German Ewoks were nice to see. Yeah. You're an Ewoks hater? Oh, how dare you. I should rewrite it. Yeah, I mean, A long time ago on Prince of the Universe, we were reading. I'll tell you what. Maybe we'll do a chapter. Maybe we'll read a little bit. Where do I see Alana's story going? Man, I do not know. I am not the one to guess for that. I don't know. You like Hoojibs? I love Hoojibs. Hoojibs are cuter than Ewoks? Never. The only Star Wars film you liked was Rogue One. Geeks Addict loved Rogue One too. Young Jedi series is really good. Oh, Emissaries of the Void, is that the 6-part series, Nazu? Yeah, if so, I think yeah, it is pretty good. Oh, Tartakovsky, yeah, Jindy's Clone Wars, the 2003, was much better. All right, ready? All right, let's see. The introduction. Where is it? Peg shifted through an assortment of power converters, shoving them onto the floor with a clang. They have to be around here somewhere. This is him thinking. The day had started off pretty good for the old thief. At first, he thought he had an easy steal ahead, but the natives of the planet had caught him, and now he was trapped. The old thief had nothing to show for it, too. As they surrounded him, there was no way out. Peg moved the crate out of the way. Peg, it's an old man, I guess. Peg moved the crate out of the way and begins uh, uh, searching the shelf behind it. I know I had it here somewhere. He brushed through the toolbox on the shelf and it hit the floor. It hit the floor, scattering tools everywhere. He had to find it if he ever wanted to get off this Sith forbidden planet. The dirty creatures had even taken his pants away from him. His pants! Peg wiped the sweat from his forehead and looked down from both of his poor, knobby legs. Both they were suffering from bruises he incurred while trying to get the box off the shelf. It had tumbled down with him on top of it. Several patch wires he had kept across the ship scratched across his legs, leading light lacerations. All of it was painful. He felt miserable, but continued his search, my brother's made some edits on this, so I'm trying to read through this. He felt miserable, but continued his search, throwing parts and whatnot out the door from the storage compartment. Come on, where are you? Ah! Peg pulled a long silver object that he was looking for and headed back up the ramp. As soon as he found it, he felt a sharp object against his back. Ichawaba, it said in its native tongue. Yeah, I got it. See, this is it. He held up the old message pod, escorted outside the ship to the furry guards on each side of him. Peg set up the silver pod on the ground, and the 3 Ewoks backed away slowly. He had no idea what the Ewoks wanted with a message pod, but he didn't care. He just wanted out. Peg bent down and flipped on the switch. There, he said. Now start talking. So what happens is they get him to send a message because they want to get a message out to Sindel that Wicked's getting married, and he wants Sindel to come to the wedding. So there you go. Rogue One was the only Disney Star Wars content we watched. Wilkins' unofficial EU. That's right. Yeah, the Emissaries of the Void magazine novella was really good. Plan on writing some Star Wars stories from Legacy era, specifically what happened after Darth Vader. Cool. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I may finish this. Rewrite it. I wrote it out. How many pages? It can't be that many pages. I didn't number the pages, of course. It's like a short novella. But, oh, look at that. Look at that. Look at there. Look at this. Look at that. The old resume. Oh, the old school resume. When is this? This is from 2001. Resume. Matt Wilkins' resume from 2001, back when I lived in an apartment. It had every job I was at before, while in college, and then right as I graduated college. This is it. I just graduated college. Wow. There's all my little notes I made off of Conlin Mall flyers because I worked at the mall at the time, or I had and borrowed a bunch of flyers we didn't use for the paper to write notes on. There we go. 70,000 words already. Woo! It's a bit rough. I won't lie. Okay, yeah. Um, I mean, like I said, maybe I could write a decent one. Here's the thing with fan fiction. I feel like the only people who are going to love it are the people who, maybe they appreciate you or they appreciate the story. But very few people say, hey, this is part of my canon. I mean, it could be. There's a few fan fiction that was written way, way, way back in the day that I put into my little canon. In fact, Tales from the Galaxy, my first little collection of stories, that was mostly fan fiction that I really enjoyed and said, well, and then I heard that I typed up one of them. I had to give myself somewhat credit because I printed out on a printer that was missing ink back in the day, and every other line was like really light and hard to read. So I tried to guess what the words were, and I had to type it back out. So I gave myself that, but I said I don't really know if I got it exactly. But then someone found the actual short story and said, Matt, you got it exactly right. I was like, oh, good, because it was hard. I printed it out and didn't look at it when I printed it. It was probably on a work printer, and it was missing ink, and I didn't know that until I left the job and went to read that story again. I was like, oh no, the printer was running out of ink. Oh no, and or something was wrong, and it was only printing every other line, and it was weird on another line. Like I don't know what's wrong with printers, but this is back in the old early 2000s, so printers weren't perfect back then. But that was my first one. What I have like 5 now, Tales of the Galaxy. I will not have a 6. There will not be a 6. I'm almost positive. Um, but I think I'm done because they're done. I mean, there's not really that many any short stories coming out now. Force choke that button, guys. Force choke that like button, right? Well, the it was going to be a trilogy. It was going to be Return to Endor, which is what this novel is going to be. The second one was going to be an Ewok on Coruscant, and so, the Ewoks attend Sindel's marriage, but they get lost on Coruscant. It was a short story. They get lost on Coruscant, and she's having to track them down. And there's this misadventures, and the Ewoks uncover a grand scheme to take out the Republic Senate, but it gets bungled up by these Ewoks who somehow stop everything by accident. And they're causing chaos along the way, and she's following along on the police scanner, like where they're at now. But she always arrives too late as they're whisked off to the next spot in their misadventures. A bunch of Ewoks partying, get a hold of a speeder, crash it, and stuff like that. And then the third one was going to be Dark Moons of Endor, Dark Moon over Endor, or whatever. And it was going to be where it takes place. Fast forward, Sindel is now, she has a young, I think it's going to be a boy or a girl, I don't know. But as her husband, who is a Jedi, is fighting the Vong, he's trying to find a spot where his wife and his family will be safe. And Wicked, of course, Sindel is friends with Wicked. She went, the Ewoks can protect me, and they're strong warriors. He goes, okay, well, the whole thing is a scout ship from the Vong comes to visit Endor. Now, remember, it's free of technology, so they have no problem. In fact, the Ewoks are warriors too. The Ewoks have to, but the Vong are thinking, hey, we'll set out a scout here. Well, Sindel and the Ewoks see them, and they know they're evil. They know they're the bad guy, and they have to stop them because this relay station they're setting up, they have to, get if they set up a little relay station that may get the message or something, something to the war. So they have to stop this from happening, or maybe a jammer or whatnot. Um, so the Ewoks have to go toe to toe with some Vong, and so does Sindel and her son or daughter, whoever it is. And so that would be a fun thriller, you know, where it's just like a handful, like a just maybe 5 Vong or whatever. But that's plenty enough for a lot of Ewoks. There'd be some dying too going on. I think it'd be pretty good. And Wicked would have a son by then. He and Kanisha would have a son. So yeah, dang, I kind of want to write it now. RPG, yeah, Star Wars Adventure, man, yeah, yeah, RPG scenarios, yeah. The Scholastic, the Star Wars Adventures, yeah, I have all those. Fan fiction is hard to get motivated for because you're the only one that's really going to enjoy it and read it, you know. But if that's what you want to do, go for it. Yeah, yeah. Three sounds better than 3PO and R2 looking for toppers for Padme's cake. Oh my gosh, yeah, for real. Where's Yub Nub? He's in the closet right now. Where you would be if you didn't have a girlfriend. Tristan, I miss Tristan. Ewoks could get addicted to death sticks if they ran on Coruscant. Maybe one has a death stick, and that's why he's driving like this. Ewoks on death sticks. It's hilarious. What I think about Wookiees instead of Ewoks. I mean, that was the original idea, right? And that'd have been fine too. I'd love to seen that. Thoughts on Yun? The Vong? Is that what you meant? I don't know. How would you write in any RPG? Oh man, I don't know. I don't know. But that's the next after I'm done with my rewatch series. I don't know Real Access. I don't know many of the characters from the video games. Video games is my weak part. But I want to do reviews on the RPGs, a deeper dive into each RPG next after rewatch. And then I think Brian Borg is going to show me a bunch of stuff where I'm going to watch the video storyline, or the best thing I can get to get a real storyline of the video games, so I can get a better and just give my general thoughts. But that's going to be way down the line. That's going to be like 2 years away. I'll be done with rewatch by the end of September. So in October we'll start with the RPGs. That may take another whole year, and then we'll start with the video games. I know there's a lot of stuff from Old Republic, but I got the time, right? So maybe another whole year watching video game things and going through that. That's the great thing about the EU. There's always more stuff to explore. Dark Forces 2, the first boss. Okay, I never played it, so I wouldn't have a big thought on him. Have I watched it? I haven't watched anything KOTOR or anything on YouTube. No, I have not. A lot of people like KOTOR 2 better. I do not have. Oh yeah, yo man, yeah. You want to send me your copy? Great. Yeah, Jedi Imprint. I don't have a copy of it. It's way too much online. People are overpaying for it. And the thing is, I could have kicked myself because that was the one year. That was the year I got married, and I did not renew my Star Wars subscription, which I had. I had from 2000 whatever to and then 2009 I signed back up because I always was a member because I wanted to read Hyperspace and download the. But for some reason, for 2008, my subscription came up right as I was getting married, and I just forgot and just didn't think about it until the next year, and then got it. But missed out on the one time the welcome package has a short story. Get over, yeah. I looked through all. I had like 2004, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12. I was like, oh no. So that was the one year. Yeah. I think Wicked married Kanisha, and that is in the Wizards of the Coast RPG. I'd say that's another reason why I want to read the RPGs. I can't remember where. I remember reading certain things, and I want to say that was in the Wizard of the Coast RPG, but I just can't remember. You wish Kyle Katarn had a yellow saber? That'd have been nice. You were only getting one copy of Heart of the Jedi in paperback. Should have gotten the second one to read. I got one paperback, I got one of the very few first printed hardbacks, and I had a paperback. And Tennessee Flint did not get one. He didn't get one in time. So Joe reached out to me and said, "Do you have an extra one?" I said, "I have a paper. I'll give him the paperback." So I gave him my copy, Tennessee Flint, so he'd have a copy. Yes, Tristan, I knew about Legends Con. I did. May have even said some things that pissed people off. Yes, I did. Yeah, it's too bad that never happened, though. It didn't happen. Would have been fun. But yeah, yeah. But either way, yeah. So that's the plan. That's the plan. And then after that, what am I going to do? I don't know. I don't know what I'll do. But that's the thing. That's 3 years of planning videos and stuff. That's a lot of fun there. Maybe I'll write this sucker. I got to do something now. I got to do something with my extra time now. Besides just cleaning up and mowing grass and stuff. That's no fun. Watch my Mets win mostly. So, but anyway, I'm going to stop it there. Under an hour. That's fine. It's a good time, right? It's getting late anyway. Thanks for joining me, guys. And y'all have a fantastic evening, fantastic weekend. And I will talk to you again soon.